You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio on ESPN Radio 1700. Now, live in studio, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family, your business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Before we get into our intriguing content, I will share with you that we are looking for Penny Lambright, calling Penny Lambright. Patriots and Paws, she's going to join us this morning. We'll be rolling in here to share some information. Great organization. Can't wait to share the information with you. Let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we are celebrating today. Ron Siegel Radio, we've always got something to celebrate. Today, multi-purpose day. I believe that today was made just for me. Today is National Goof Off Day. Yeah, having a little bit of fun there. And being that I do enjoy a good meal every now and then, on the hour, every hour, National Bavarian Crepes Day. Now, I put a picture of this on Ron Siegel Radio on Facebook. Bavarian crepes look to me like serious good time. So if you're looking out there, you can celebrate today. And one of the things that I understand is the case. You can celebrate when you're celebrating. Think about this. When you are celebrating, I think it's a calorie-free day. Just something that I would think, I don't know whether it's exactly true, but it seems to me like, if you're celebrating, you should be able to celebrate without guilt. So think about that one. Should be a little bit of fun. National Bavarian Crepes Day. You gotta love that. Well, unfortunately, sad news once again. Brussels bombings, 31 people killed so far. Not a good news. ISIS taking responsibility for it. That's not much of a surprise right there. We've said this right along. Unfortunately, it's gotten very, very politicized. That, no matter what the president does, he's wrong. But unfortunately, Ed Klein wrote that book, and it was well before some of these issues came about. The book Ed Klein wrote was called The Amateur. Now think about this. The president is so hungry to get his legacy, what he believes will be his legacy, that some of the basic responsibilities of the position are being, I'll use the word, neglected. Now think about this. You've got a terrorist attack today, and the President of the United States is going to a baseball game. Now, I know you got to have a good time. I know you have to have a life. I know it's spring break. He's on vacation or not on vacation. He calls this work. He's over in Cuba with his family. But you know something? The job of President of the United States, it's a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week, 365-day job. We know that at least 3 Americans have been injured or killed in the attack already. That's already been shared. What are the optics? Now, I know you got to try and keep some semblance of normalcy, but the President of the United States going to a baseball game in Cuba after an attack like this, the leadership, that's the issue. These things, I don't know whether they can be stopped or not, But the whole idea is, whether you liked President Bush or didn't like President Bush, one thing is for sure. Following the attacks of 9/11, whether it was right, wrong, you agree or disagree, the terrorists were on the defense. You don't play defense in somebody else's court. You play defense at your home court. And while they were on defense, we were attacking them. Even with the airstrikes, it was over 1,000 a day. Now we're doing about 20 or 30 a day. Think about some of these things and what the ramifications are. They are getting emboldened. Now they were in Paris, San Bernardino, Brussels. What's next? Just a thought, one person's opinion. You know that I am a big fan of the presidency of the United States. Not so much a fan of the president right now. I mean, it's very, very interesting, and I'll use the terminology. It's a little bit scary. It's a little bit scary because, we've got all this might, we've got this military, we've got this firepower, and they've got their arms tied behind their back. That's not the way that we want to be seeing things like this go. That's not the way we want the war or our lifestyle to change. These are issues that we all need to be thinking about. I'm sure they're thinking about this in Arizona right now. I'm sure they're thinking about this in Utah right now, especially Utah. Now, think about this. Utah has 3 citizens out on missions, and they're either injured or killed. I didn't catch which one it was right away. 3 citizens, missions on their mission, injured or killed in the Brussels attack. And they're going to vote today. They're voting for who they think is going to represent their party, the Republicans or the Democrats. Be interesting to see what they have to say. Our thoughts and prayers do go out to those folks, anybody that was affected. And boy, we got to get on this thing. We got to get rid of these guys and let our military get a president that listens to the military. Let the military do their job. Their job is not to be nice guys. They kill and destroy. That's their job. We don't, as citizens of the U.S., we don't always want to know how they do what they do. We just want them to do it. Just one man's opinion. I look forward to what you have to say. I do post this on Ron Siegel Radio on Facebook. I welcome debate there. No problem with it as long as there's no vulgarity and respectful debate. It's very, very simple. I'm not all for this fighting and stuff that we see from both sides at these Trump rallies. The issue is civility. That's what the United States is about. We can debate each other in a civil manner. Speaking of civil manner and debate, the Unaffordable Care Act is in the world again. California's insurance exchange threatening to cut hospitals from its network for poor performance or high costs. I wonder which one they'll really look at. High costs or poor performance. Novel proposal that is drawing heavy fire for medical providers and insurance. Let's think about this one as well. Do you want to go to, you need heart surgery. Do you want to go to the Walmart of doctors, or do you want to go to the Nordstrom of doctors? You need knee surgery, shoulder surgery. Let me ask you those things. To me, I want the best of the best. Now, do you think the best of the best is going to work for minimum wage, or do you think they want to get paid for it? They're going to go somewhere to get paid. I hope it's not leaving California like so many other businesses are doing. Think about this. Even Carl's Jr. left. And now we wonder what doctors are going to stay. Just a thought. Moving right along. I saw this article. I thought I'd share this with you. Just real quick, because I get a lot of people, right now there's people that are thinking about selling their homes. We're going to talk about that a bit today. But a couple of items that you don't want to do when you're thinking about selling a house, because these are the negative items when it comes to selling a house. Do not remove closets. You don't want to be turning the garage into living space. You don't want a lot of wallpaper. These are just a few items. I see these on a regular basis. I also had an interesting conversation just recently. People thinking about the idea of renting. Why rent? There's there's one reason I think that people rent right now, or don't want to be on a path to home ownership. And it's very, very simple. They're thinking about they've got a job transfer or moving geographies very, very soon. Only reason you'd want to be moving right now or renting right now. Just a thought. Keep that in mind. We're going to talk about that one as well. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. Got a couple charts that scream list your home today. I'll talk about those charts, bird's eye view. The mortgage process, what you need to know. We'll chat about that. Car leasing, good deal or bad deal. And we found Penny Lambright. She's here going to chat with us about Patriots and Paws. And no, I will not be doing 22 push-ups today. I don't think I could do 22 push-ups in my lifetime. Just a thought. Remember, you can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter, @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Ron Siegel Radio Date Night Trivia, presented by Reunion Kitchen and Drink. Friday, Ron will pose a question based on-air conversations during the prior 7 programs. The person to post the answer according to the guest conversation will win a date night package, including a dinner gift card for Reunion Kitchen and Drink. You might even be able to say hi to Ron when you visit Reunion Kitchen and Drink.
It's not every day your home gets flooded, but when it happens, you've got the good people at Apris on your side. With over 25 years of construction and insurance experience, they can turn any disaster around, making your home good as new. For 24/7 support, call 844-GO-APRIS or find us on the web at www.apris.me. Day, night, rain, or shine, when it happens to you, you know what to do. Go Apris. Remember, call 844-GO-APRIS. That's 844-462-7747.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 01869. 9452.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions, as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Real-time real estate segment today brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Yeah, those are the real estate people that you want to chat with when the time is right for you to sell your home or want to just know what the equity is of your home. Text PAIR, P-E-A-R, Professional Equity Analysis Review, PAIR, to 79564. One of the professionals will be reaching out to you and give you an idea of what your property value and your equity is. They're not the same thing. So I just posted right there on Ron Siegel Radio on Facebook 3 charts that scream, list your home today. So very, very simple. And you know I'm a simple guy, so I was able to understand this. Economics 101. Those of you that are not college students, that's like the most basic of courses. Economics 101. Theory of supply and demand. Supply. National Association of Realtors recently reported that the inventory of homes for sale nationwide, 4.4 months supply. It takes 6 months for a normal market. So we're way below a normal market. Southern California, we are way below 4.4 months as well. Demand. Every month, the National Association of Realtors reports on the amount of buyers that are actually out in the market looking for homes. How the heck do they count those? Well, they call it foot traffic. And the way they determine foot traffic is these fancy lock boxes that are on the front door of houses. They're able to track how many times the doors are opened, and the agents have to, basically their keys log them in and out to actually know who's there and how much. Buyers are being confronted with a very, very competitive market in which to compete for other buyers buying their home. So the foot traffic report, a lot more foot traffic in February than there was in January, and more than double what there was in December. So beating September, October, it's just crazy right now. Home equity. Now here's a big one because so many people are just missing the boat. Many homeowners underestimate the amount of equity they currently have in their home. According to a recent Fannie Mae study, 37% of homeowners believe that they have more than 20% equity in their home. In reality, CoreLogic's latest equity report tells us that 72.6% actually have more than 20% equity in their home. Significant difference. Many homeowners who are undervaluing their home equity may feel trapped in their current home, which may be contributing to the lack of inventory in the market. The bottom line, if you are debating selling your home this year, meet with a local real estate professional. Again, text PAIR, P-E-A-R, to 79564. We'll put you in touch. That is the Real-Time Real Estate segment. So we went out on this mission. Obviously, I told you that. Leonard Nimoy's gone. He left us. He went to a different world, I believe. But we did go in search of Penny Lambright, and those of you watching on RonSiegelRadio.tv, Penny has joined us. Welcome, Penny.
Woohoo! Thank you for having me here again.
Glad to have you back. Penny Lambright, great organization, Patriots and Paws. So, ironically enough, Penny, I had a few people recently, and I don't know, probably this is the first time you've been on this year.
This year, yeah.
Yeah.
This year.
So, let's start from the beginning. Tell us a little bit about what is Patriots and Paws mission, who they serving?
Patriots and Paws serves our active military reservists and our veterans with practical home furnishings that have been donated to us from the community. And if they want, we will unite them with a rescued companionship animal that is fixed, current on their shots, and microchipped for free so that it can be trained to become a service dog. And currently in Orange County, we work with 3 different agencies that train the veterans and the animals to become service dogs, and they do that for free.
Now, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, Penny.
Go for it.
When you had a really, really nice event the end of last year, and I was sitting at dinner with a gentleman from, I think it was in the Inland Empire, and he trains dogs.
Tim. Mm-hmm.
Tim. And I was so thrilled because he shared that first of all, I guess I got a better backup because Tim's got a great success story. Talk about the relevance of 22.
22 is the number of veterans that commit suicide, and it's
every
actually
day.
Every day. And it's I'm guessing that it's probably higher than that, and unfortunately, it's 22 too many.
Absolutely. And when I was chatting with Tim, he shared that so far, as of this time, as of that time, in the beginning of December, not one veteran who had a service dog that he trained had committed suicide.
The dogs are amazing on what they can do. One of the things that we find is now our soldiers and our Marines and our airmen and our seamen now have a point of being home. They have a purpose. So they have their dog's back. Their dog has their back. So they have a purpose where so many times when they come home, they don't know really quite what they're supposed to do anymore or how they fit in, and some of them feel like they don't fit in. And with a dog's unconditional love, that becomes their buddy and their companion, so that they're always with them and they always have their back. And there's been some great stories. Even one of Tim's trainers, he has seizures, and his dog knows when he's getting ready to have a seizure and can let him know by a sign that they know about with each other that you better sit down, you're about to have a seizure, to prevent him from getting hurt, from falling or anything else. And it's amazing what animals can do for us.
It really, and you know something, that was my thought when you were sharing that, Penny, is that it is so amazing because as a civilian, I guess is the right term, I've never served, it seems unfathomable to me that these men and women come back and they don't know what their purpose is, right? That the animal serves the purpose as opposed to their family or, you know, whatever their next step of their life is.
Their family has moved on while they've been deployed. I guess moved on's not quite. They've continued their every day.
They've grown.
Their day-to-day life. They do not leave and come back the same person, and neither does their family. And so having a dog, dogs are so adjustable that, you know, you can be mad at them and 2 minutes later they're loving on you like it never happened before. Try doing that to a wife or a kid. Not so much.
But doesn't work that way.
But if they commit suicide, who's going to take care of their dog? Who's going to make sure that their dog is safe? Who's going to be and take them out and do all of those kinds of things? And that's what we mean that they have a purpose. Because, like I said, when they're on deployment, life carries on. It doesn't stop while they're gone for that 7 months or that year or whatever. And so much happens in that time period, and families have so much to adjust to, even having mom or dad gone and having to deal with them coming back and adjusting and expecting everything to be the same, and it's not.
Just it is amazing, and you know, it's great that you've got this going on, Penny, taking care of trying to make these. I guess I call you a matchmaker.
I like to call us a conduit.
Okay.
Okay. So the veterans, active military, and reservists are lamps. The community that helps us is the electricity. Well, lamps need a conduit to make them work.
That makes sense.
And that's us. That's what we do. So in addition to doing what we do with the providing them the practical home furnishings and helping them to find a dog and helping them to get the dogs trained, although we don't do those two things, we have the resources. And we have the resources to a lot of other things that we help with all the time. We have some therapists who come in who want to be there in not a hospital setting, to be there for those who just need somebody to talk to and not be writing letters down and getting notes down and having things being put into their records. Sometimes there's just that. Sometimes there's just the camaraderie that happens at our warehouse by a bunch of people coming in. I'm a civilian like yourself. My dad was out of the military. By the time any of us came around, we did not get raised moving base to base and deployments and all of those things. We had no idea what it was like. What brought my attention to that was my nephew, who's on his third deployment. He's coming home next month. He'll be home the week of our event. He won't be able to be there, but he'll be home. And it's his third deployment, and he's the reason we do what we do. He came to me and said, there's a need and nobody's doing it. And Aunt Penny, you always make things happen for me. I need you to make this happen. And that's why we do it. His unit's in Las Vegas. Our goal is to be nationwide. Our goal is to be in Las Vegas next. We got to get our I's dotted and our T's crossed here so that we can do that. But there's no reason we can't be doing what we're doing in every county across the United States and across the world, because wherever our veterans, active military, and reservists are, there's the need, period.
Absolutely. I'm going to share this coming. We got a whole bunch. I've got a stack. Those of you, again, watching on RonSiegelRadio.tv, a lot of events coming up with Patriots and Paws. So the first one, April 9th, or the next one, I shouldn't say the first one. The next one coming up, April 9th, 7:30 to 2 in the afternoon, open house. It's pretty interesting. You can go over and check out what's going on right there at the facility. I found it very fascinating. I mean, it's think about a warehouse, big warehouse, a thrift store that's a big warehouse, and the men and women, the veterans, come in and they go shopping there with Penny and the staff and making it happen. And again, it's all free. Come by and take a look. It's Saturday, April 9th, 7:30 to 2. We're going to put the information right there, Ron Siegel Radio on Facebook. A lot of different vendors there. What all is going to be there, Penny? I'm looking for all the notes.
Well, it's a breakfast and lunch fundraiser, and it's $5 per person for breakfast or for lunch.
That's pretty cheap
per meal.
Sheesh.
We need to get the bodies in there.
Okay.
So we've got the Orange Fire Department who are bringing out their trailer, and they're going to be cooking breakfast and lunch. We've got some of the Miss California contestants that are going to be there.
Heck, between those two alone, that's a good reason to go.
We've got the Silvertown Country Band will be playing from 12 to 2. For those who have been there before, Gary's Ultimate Man Cave will be open again, and if you haven't, that's a reason enough to come and be there.
That's I talked to Gary about that. That sounds like a great place.
Yeah, and then we have vendors who are going to be there to raise awareness for other nonprofits and other businesses who support us, and it's a day event. It's one of the things we find is we think that it's a success because people hang around.
Should be a great time. I was there last year. A lot of fun. A lot of people. We're going to talk about some of the people that are there because hopefully we're going to have Grandma. Who's the grandma there?
Margaret.
Hopefully she'll be there. And we're going to talk about Margaret when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. We're also talking about the mortgage process, car leasing. It's a rage. Is it smart or not smart? You can reach me anytime. Call the off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. The events are going to be right there as well. Stay tuned. We will be back in just a few.
Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? If the answer to these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey at the Area Trusted Professionals.
If you're like so many others, just ask them that the Siegel has amazing financing. $1 million, 30-year rates 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in. The Siegel team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan. To learn more about all the other financing products from Siegel, that's 1-800-306-1990, or visit SiegelLending.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Southern California attorneys have over 15,000 real estate agents to call in Orange County for their personal and professional needs. Why do they overwhelmingly call Melinda Johnson? Simple. It's the Melinda Johnson trifecta. Melinda is an attorney, real estate broker, and realtor. Does your family deserve the same professional services California lawyers demand? Call Melinda Johnson at 714-863-5485. That's 714-863-5485. Or on the web at freedomfirstproperties.com. Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694552.
37% of American homeowners believe they have over 20% equity in their homes. Fannie Mae tells us 69% of American homeowners have over 20% equity in their homes. Fully 1 in 3 American homeowners are not informed about the amount of equity they have in their homes. Are you one of them? How might this be holding you back from achieving your goals? Text RSR CMA to 79564 to get a property valuation from one of the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Again, to know how much your home is really worth, simply text RSR CMA to 79564.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by VIP Mortgage. I've talked to you about them before. They've got every product, most every product that you could need when you're looking to buy or sell a home, maybe refinance a home. Basic Fannie Mae, FHA, VA, greatest loan in the market. But they've also got the specialty, the 1 day out of short sale, 1 day out of bankruptcy, 1 day out of foreclosure. All those products are available from our friends over at VIP Mortgage. The mortgage process is the question today. What do you need to know? Well, here's what you're going to need to qualify in today's market for a loan. It's not the same as it was 10 years ago. It was, you could get a loan if you could breathe 10 years ago. Today, you have to be able to qualify. So you're going to need a down payment, generally between 5 to 20%. There are programs with as little as 3%. But remember, many buyers, we're saying 57% of the homes sold in the last survey were sold to first-time home buyers. Think about that. And they're putting down less than 10%. Some as little as 3%. And again, the veteran, 0. You'll be able to have your income verified, credit history, and asset documentation. You're going to have a third-party, independent, impartial appraisal. Your lender needs to verify the value of the house you want to purchase. And we've told you this one before as well, recent numbers. The appraisals are coming in at 1.9% less than contract price on a nationwide basis. Got to have a great real estate professional to help with that. Stable income and good credit history. Now, you know me. I'm a big proponent of your household board of directors. That's why I set it up. And you text ATP, Area Trusted Professional, to 79564 to interact with various professionals during the home buying process. All of them are members of your household board of directors. They're valuable resources and perform very important and necessary roles. The first one, a credit repair person. Find out your credit history and score. Even if you don't have perfect credit, you may already qualify for a loan. Big misunderstanding amongst the population. You don't need great credit to get a loan. Think about that one. Number 2, start gathering all your documentation, income verification, W-2 forms, tax returns, employment, credit history, asset statements, bank statements, all of those, 401k statements, all those documents. Number 3, contact a professional to help you develop a spending plan and determine how much you can afford. That's your CPA. That's your financial planner. They're going to help with that portion of it. It's a team project. Are you getting this idea here? Number 4, consult with your lender. Our friends at VIP Mortgage are standing by to help. They're going to review your income, expenses, financial goals to determine the type and amount of mortgage you qualify for. And number 5, talk to your lender about applying for a mortgage and getting a pre-approval letter. I don't want you going to shop for a $500,000 house when you can afford a $300,000 house. You're going to be disappointed. That's what this lender is going to do. And then you're going to want to talk to a real estate professional. That's one of the people on your household board of directors. We introduce you to all of those folks. Bottom line, do your research, reach out to the professionals, stick to your budget, and be sure you're ready to take on financial responsibilities of being a homeowner. That is the Mortgage Minute, again brought to you by VIP Mortgage. Going to continue our conversation this morning. Penny Lambright, chatting Patriots and Paws, great organization serving the community, serving the veteran community. And I say this all the time. If it wasn't for the veterans, now there's guys that are out there that spout off like me. We just couldn't do what we do if it wasn't for the veterans. Then they come back here, and we need to be of service to them, helping them assimilate back into this, into the civilian world. It's not the same as what they've been going through. So Patriots, and I love Penny talk about Miss Margaret. I mean, I love some of the things, and you get away with some things that you say to her in jest that is so so funny, and she takes it great.
Well, Margaret is a World War II veteran who's 98, who was in charge of the first all-black female company, and she's tiny and mighty. And
98 years old.
98.
Still running around.
Still running around. You see her. She was just in the newspaper last week because of the Orange County Fair opening, ground opening of the honor building that they're putting down there at the fairgrounds. So she was there with a shovel and her foot on the shovel, looking like she's getting ready to dig up some wood to dig up some dirt, and she definitely would, but she's a little firecracker, and if she comes to our events, and she's there for photo ops and to tell stories and just give you a big hug. She's a big hugger, and she's probably about 90 pounds sopping wet, but she's awesome. We love having her. We call her our mascot.
And you know, it's great because I mean, you get firsthand information from people that, you know, it's kind of sad to say these things, and I've said it to a few different people that I've come across, but you sure hope that somebody like Margaret has been sitting in front of a video camera with somebody, because some of the stories that she has, you don't want to lose those memories, and that, I mean, that's real history.
Yeah.
Right? And I sure hope that somebody's there getting this history down and taking her story, her life story, because she said that she's seen a lot,
yeah,
and served a lot. So hopefully she'll be up to the task of being there Saturday, some point in the day. You know, and that's why you got to get there at 7:30 and don't leave till 2. That way
you don't miss anything.
You don't want to miss her. I mean, you don't want to miss anything going on.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome. We put her in front of our step and repeat and let people take pictures of her. And we even have one of our volunteers created a bench for her with her name on it. So it's like, that's Margaret's bench. Don't sit there.
Don't sit there. Great stuff. And then so the idea here, I mean, $5 pancake breakfast, $5 barbecue lunch. You're going to get a bunch of information. Is the open house just for veterans?
The open house is for anybody. It's
Okay.
open to the public, and the reason we do this, we do 4 open houses a year. It's very important to us that we are very transparent to the community, and you've seen the news. You've seen things in the news about nonprofits in general. Our doors and our books are open for anybody to come and see anytime. We're an all-volunteer organization. At some point, we would like to be able to hire veterans. We're not there yet. Last year, we helped 1,006 families, and we put in almost 17,000 volunteer hours.
Wow.
So our open houses are to get people to come in and see who we are and what we're about. That's the best way. If you want to get involved with somebody, is come in and see their house and knock on their door and look in their cabinets and do whatever. Come and see what we're all about. Come and see those that we've helped. Like I said, there'll be some other nonprofits there. We may not be the right fit, but for example, Team Red, White, and Blue might be, or Veterans Legal Institute might be, or any of the other ones that are going to be there might be the place for you, but you don't know about them. And so we invite the community to come out and see who we are and what we do, and we have tables set up so people can sit and enjoy, and we have pop-up tents that people won't be in the direct sun. Last September we did it, and it was quite warm. And so,
Yeah, it was very warm.
It was very warm, but we still had those tents up. But it's a nice day. We've got some of the car clubs that support us that some of them will be coming in some of their specialty cars, and so it's not a car show, but you just never know what's going to show up and who's going to show up and who's going to be there.
You made a comment there, Penny, that I love the fact, because I think the organization is great. The veterans groups, I think, are great. It's not all of them. I mean, I'm sure that there are some that are better than others. You've got two comments you made there, and I want to kind of drill into those. Number one, Patriots and Paws right now is local. Mm-hmm. Right? Helping local organizations, helping local veterans. So, you know, we can support a local group. I mean, the big nationals, they do a great job as well. But this is a local one. The other thing that you made a comment was there's going to be other organizations there. So it's not a competition to say, you know something, come see us and we're the best. I love the way you put it, that, you know, hey, maybe Veterans Legal fits, or maybe one of the others that you mentioned is a fit.
It takes a village. A lot of people don't know about Veterans Legal Institute, who you have had on the show numerous times. They provide pro bono legal services for our veterans, our active military, and our reservists. Even as much as if they are looking at starting and building their own business, they will help them with the legal stuff. They will help them with landlord issues. They will help them with child support. They will help them with anything. And a lot of people don't know that we actually, in Orange County, we have a veterans court. So if veterans, active duty, and reservists get into trouble, they can ask to go to the Veterans Court, which is treating them differently because they need to be treated differently because of the things that they've gone through and the PTSD and the other things that they have dealt with. They need to be treated differently. And I look at it, they need to be treated better because they've given us the freedom. They've given us the freedom to do exactly what we're doing here today, talk about whatever the heck we want to talk about. Without that 8% that have served our country, we wouldn't have that. And currently, it's only 0.04% that are active duty. Less than 0.5% are giving us our freedom today, and people are bitching. Really?
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing. I think it's a great, and I think the Veterans Court, in fact, because of either your event or Veterans Legal, that's why Fred Fasinelli comes on and chats with us on a regular basis. We're going to chat more with Penny Lambright. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, car leasing is all the rage. Golfing with Patriots and Paws. I don't know if the dogs might catch the balls. I don't know. We're going to talk about that. You can reach us anytime. Call the off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, and on Twitter @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you have a loved one who wants to stay in their home, but you have health concerns about it? The Preferred Care team understands the challenges of caring for your loved ones. Their goal is to keep seniors as independent as possible while maintaining their health, safety, and overall well-being. Whether you need just a few hours a week or 24-hour care, Preferred Care caregivers are trained to meet your needs. Call Preferred Care at 714-696-9150. That's 714-696-9150. Or visit preferredcare.com.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify, the ways to save your money, and more. When you call the experts team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage. Eliminate mortgage payments. Give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part: you still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com, or simply call 800-306-1990.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLending.com. SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Visit Blue Point, Island Prime, 333 Pacific, Ventana, or C180 to take advantage of special promotions on award-winning, highly recommended superior quality Washington State wine. The grapes would have wanted it this way. You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions, as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. This mess... Ironically, I'll lose my place here. As your consumer advocate, I'll be delivering this every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. What do we have? The Word on Wealth segment today. Holy cow, I talked about this one a little bit earlier, but the Word on Wealth segment today is being brought to you by your household board of directors. Yeah, that is the real estate professionals, mortgage professionals, reverse mortgage professionals, credit repair people, tax planners, CPA, financial planners, all those folks. Yeah, they're the ones. Text ATP, Area Trusted Professional, to 79564. A little brief survey of what you need. We'll put you in touch with them. Car leasing. It's the rage. Is it a good deal? That's the question. Well, there's a lot of... Here, first off, you got to think about this. If you're buying a new car, now, I obviously, when I say this, you can tell that I am not out looking for car dealership sponsors. Unless you really have a big ego and a big budget, don't buy a new car. There are plenty of places that you can get a car that's new to you, might be the current year, and has very, very few miles. So I've seen them as low as, I just got a list the other day that had 30 cars that were all used cars, had 40 miles or less. 40 miles or less being sold as used cars. Almost any make, model, brand. I've shared with you some people that I know that go to the auctions and will buy them for you at the auction. You have to be a dealer to go to the auction, to buy direct at the auction. But the idea here is leasing. What is the benefits? What are the values of leasing? Well, the idea of leasing is you get a more expensive car than you can afford. You get to make the payment on the car, and here they call it a residual value. That's what the value of the car at the expiration of the lease. You could buy the car at that point. You could refinance the car at that point. You could pay it off, turn it in. A lot of different options. It's kind of like correlation. You probably couldn't say this as a legal term, but it's like making the down payment at the end, but also having an option to sell it for the same down payment. Just a thought there. There are tax benefits both ways. You've got to talk to the tax professionals because your situation is different than every other person's situation. Just think about that. So the idea is know what you want to do. But if you can get out of your own way, that residual may go away by buying a late model, low mileage used car that's the exact one you want, maybe not the exact day you want. And if you want to meet the people that will help you buy those at a great, great price from the auction, give me a call, 800-306-1990. I will introduce you. It is not something that I do. I am not licensed to do it. I just understand math. The minute you drive off the lot with a new car, you just got hit with probably 20 or 30% depreciation. Now, some people, that's a great idea. Some people, they don't like it. Your choice. Word on Wealth segment, again, brought to you by the Area Trusted Professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. So, we've been chatting this morning with Penny Lambright, Patriots and Paws. We shared the information earlier about the open house Saturday, April 9. I hope that you make plans to be there. Real nice event. Again, last year, I don't know, I hope that you put a reservation in for some better weather.
Well, we're
hot
trying.
and humid last year.
September was hot and humid. We moved the next fall one to October, so we switched it, hoping that October won't be as hot and humid.
I don't know how you did this, Penny, but maybe you can help our all of California here. If that continues, if we get rain on April 9th at the event, we're going to have an open house at Patriots and Paws every weekend. And then we'll solve the problem with the drought.
Oh, there you go. There you go. It'll be challenging for us, but I'm up for challenges. We'll just move it indoors. It's not a big deal.
Would be the first time you've been challenged.
No, it's not.
Okay, so April 9th, I see a theme coming here. May 9th.
May 9th is our golf tournament. It's the day after Mother's Day. And
That's Father's Day.
May 9th, yeah. We have an early Father's Day this year, the day after Mother's Day at golf tournament. Not all men golf. We do have women golfers who come out. So it's our second annual Patriots and Paws golf tournament, and it is going to be at the Yorba Linda Country Club.
Beautiful
and
facility.
We are so excited about being back there again. It's pretty cool. Not only are we going to have the golf tournament, but we're having the cocktail and dinner party. So
I'd get into that part. Those people that don't golf.
Exactly. You can still come out and support us and see what we're all about. And we've got some great things happening and some live bidding for auction items and things. And again, it's another way that the community can come out and get involved. And there's opportunities for people if they would like to get a spot for the golfing for veterans. They can buy a spot for them or for the dinner and have them come out. Again, it's getting the community involved with who we are and what we do and finding out more about what it is. We will have the traditional color guard and other things at the beginning of our ceremony, and we're just very excited. We've got a lot of things going on. 2016 has started out with a bang. We had a Pacific Life Insurance surprised us with a check this year that we knew was coming, but we didn't know how much was coming, and they presented it to us in January, which I don't know if I can use the word cowabunga on the radio, but I guess I just did. I'm not usually speechless, and I totally was. So it was a check for $55,000+.
Wow, that's wonderful.
That the employees had done fundraising for, and the foundation matched it. So we are very excited about that relationship and hoping that it will continue, and working with other organizations and companies to do the same thing.
Listen, we got to go back to that, Penny, because I know that way back when I got licensed in financial services, I worked for Merrill Lynch. And that was something that Merrill Lynch did also. So if you work for one of these big companies, make sure that you check with them and see if they have a program that matches donations. Like Pacific Life did, with where they have their foundation matched what employees did. If your company does that, put an extra zero on the breakfast or the lunch, and then get your company to match it for pancake breakfast, right? I mean, a lot of companies do that. We need to know more about
We
those.
have Boeing employees do that. We're part of the CFC, the Combined Federal Campaign, which federal employees can, through their paychecks, be able to. This is the first year we're actually getting money from them, because last year was the campaign, and so we're starting to have some money coming in, and we're very happy with what that is. So there's all different ways that people can help us and donate, and not only financially, they may know somebody that's got an empty building sitting empty somewhere that we can use, because our building is our biggest expense and we don't have the space that we need. We have 5,200 square feet, and we could go up to 15 to 20,000 square feet. And I know somebody knows somebody with a building that's sitting there. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be storefront. We've got people that are willing to come in and make pretty. We just need the space so we can take care of our military. And
we need to get the message out there to the military men and women, so they know that to find you too.
Yes.
Right. I mean, if you know of and unfortunately, there's a lot of homeless military men and women, or people that have an apartment, or they're getting some of the housing provisions that are made. If they're sleeping on the floor, if they don't have a couch, they need to talk to Penny.
Absolutely.
Right, because that's we can sit here all day and talk about the benefits of assisting a great organization, but really what it's all about is the beneficiaries.
Absolutely.
Right, and I mean, I don't want to get you wound up on the men and women, but they're entitled. I mean, they're out there putting it on the line for us.
Yeah, and they don't get treated that way. They come back here and they a lot of times are treated differently, and unfortunately, those that are treating them differently have the right because of those who have fought, but it doesn't make it right.
They have the right, but doesn't mean it's right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And it's those that have served in our military that give us that right to be able to do that.
Great organization. So let's think about this whole concept here. And I like to, I'm a big proponent of planning. That's the industry that I've been in for decades now. I hate to say how many decades. But the issue here is all about planning, teamwork. The military men and women all work in teams. So let's think about this concept. There are men and women veterans that are homeless. We have got Ryan Otteson who will help find housing for the men and women from the military. Penny's got the warehouse that's filled with furnishings for the men and women of the military. Robert, ALS Limo, he's hiring. So we've got jobs for the men and women of the military. Those who need legal services, well, the Veterans Legal Organization. You're getting a picture here? People getting together to help the people that we owe this gratitude to. And I hope you'll jump on this bandwagon and serve and help as well. We can all do our part. First thing we ask you to do, though, is set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to Penny Lambright for coming in from Patriots and Paws. Very big thanks to Steve, who's engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money, help a lot of people, have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.
Our house in the middle of our street. Our house.
XAPA 1700 AM Baja California.
You're listening to ESPN Radio 1700.